Hello crafty friends, welcome back to Vintage Lace Journal, and hello to loads of new subscribers, which is really great to see. Hello and welcome to my channel. So today I'm here with another junk journal easy make for beginners. Now some of you I know don't like sewing or haven't got the ability to sew, so I thought what I'll show you today is a really easy alternative to a non-sew junk journal. So what I've got here is, I bought this book from a charity shop, and what I've done is I've pulled basically all of the insides out, so that's just left me with this empty shell of the book. All the pages inside, I mean, of these images were just absolutely beautiful, so I will be using some of these in the journal as tuck spots and pages. So I cut round those, I've rounded all the corners, so the actual insides of the books are all there. The next thing I'm going to do is just show you how, really simply, really quickly, to make a no-sew junk journal. So the inside of this book measures 4.5 inches by 7 inches. So 4.5 across and 7 inches down. So what I've gone ahead and done is I have found over here lots of different things that you can use in a junk journal. So first of all, I've got envelopes. This was a birthday card, which is why this is just down here. It's my name on it. And I just folded that and I just cut this part here. Okay. Now, when I do show you how to do this method, this part will obviously create a little pocket on the side. And again, with this envelope in here, I just simply cut it in half, and this is going to have a little pocket. This will create pockets either side. So envelopes are a really good thing. Keep any junk mail that you get, white envelopes, brown envelopes, and they can be used for junk journals. I've also got a video that I made a whole journal with just envelopes on my channel as well. The next thing I like to use is music paper. Now again, I got a great big book. I think it was a Marriage of Figaro, the score for that. And I've just coffee dyed all of these papers. So literally just make up a little bit of coffee in a jar, in a cup, and I just paint it over like that. So there we are. Music paper. Next thing I've got is, again from the charity shop, is a German dictionary. Coffee dyed the paper, so there are some German words on there. I've then got ordinary coffee dyed paper, so that's the most I've used in here. So I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets of coffee dyed paper. So these are all cut to 4.5 by 7 to fit in my journal. I've then got some scrapbook papers, so these are slightly thicker papers, and these obviously go in the colour scheme of my journal. So I've got some floral ones. I've got some big brick images, wood images, and some map images. So they're a bit thicker card. And then finally, I've got some of the actual book pages from the actual book. I really like this double page spread that was in. I don't want to lose that, so I'm going to use that as part of my pages. And then these are book pages from another bird book. Okay, so that's all the pages I'm going to use. Now what I've done is I haven't counted them. What I've roughly done is I've cut them all, well, 4.5-ish by 7, but as long as they just fit inside of your outer cover. If you haven't got a book, you could also use a piece of scrapbook and paper and just fold it as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've made sure that they all fit inside there, and as you can see, they all fit within the spine, and the spine is 1/2 inch. Okay, so I've made sure that all of those papers, once they're together, fit inside there. You want to give it a bit of leeway, just because obviously when you start putting embellishments in and pockets in and tags in, it will make this even thicker than it already is. Okay, so I know that they will fit in there and they will close. So the next thing we need to do is to start, I'm going to show you how to then use this with a no-sew method. And all you need is a scoreboard. I'm going to put mine just to the side so it's not in view. I'll do the first one in view so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to get my score tool, and all you need to do on every single piece of the paper you're going to use is just score down 1/2 inch. So butt your paper up against the edge, score down 1/2 inch, and then just fold it across like that. Okay, next piece of paper, score down at 1/2 inch, and then just fold it like that. And you're going to do that with everything you're putting, whoops, inside your junk journal. Envelope, so score it, fold down the score line, and then put it to one side. Okay, and then we're just going to keep going through all of these things. 1/2 inch, fold it, put it to one side. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to finish doing the rest of this because you don't need to see me do every single piece of paper like that. And I'll come back once I've scored all of these at 1/2 inch. So I've now got all these piles of papers. I've kept them in their piles as they are. So the dictionary pages together, coffee papers together, scrapbook papers, music papers, and so on. Because what I'll do is I'll pull from these to create my actual pages. Right, okay, so the first thing we're going to start off with is a scrapbook page because it's just slightly a bit thicker. And what you're going to do is you're going to lay it down with the score mark, your 1/2 inch score mark to the left. And on each one of these pieces of paper, all you're going to do is pop some glue down this score line. You're then going to get your next piece of paper, so you choose whichever one you want to put in next, and you just simply glue it on. So if I just come in now with some glue, so I'm gluing just down that 1 inch score line all the way along. I'm going to come in with some coffee dye paper, and then I'm just going to line up there. There we go. And that is as simple as it gets. All right, so each page now, you're going to repeat the process and do exactly the same thing again. So you're going to put glue down the side, come in with your next page, line it up, and stick it down. Now, the one thing you do need to make sure is that this edge is the one that stays the same. Just going to move that down just a little bit. So as long as these edges here are butting up, that is absolutely fine, because all these ones, if you just keep remembering to just bend them over, because they do build up as you're going along. Okay, and that is a no-sew junk journal. So I'm just going to keep going down, running out of glue, going down, and then I'm going to come in with an envelope. I'm gluing that on, making sure that part is lining up, and then lifting the last couple of pages up as well. Now this is a really, really effective way to do a journal if you don't have sewing, or you don't want to sew, or you've just got some smaller papers, because sometimes when you're making journals, you have these little off scraps bits left over. So this one here has got this part out here, but there's no reason why I can't use that and put something over the top of it. Ooh, sorry. To create that journal page. So it's a really good way of using up those little bits of offcuts that you have left from other projects. I'll keep remembering now what I have and haven't put in. So I'm going to go back in with another scrapbook paper. So always butting up on this left hand side, so making sure that here, because that's the part that's going to go into your actual cover. There we go. Then we're just going to keep going. So pages, pages, pages. And again, I'm going to do this part off camera because you don't really need to see me keep gluing pages and pages together, because this is the process I'm just going to keep doing. Putting a page down, gluing it, putting more glue on, next page, and so on. So I'm just going to carry on doing this, and then I'm going to come back to show you the next step you do after you've glued all of your pages down together. Okay. I'll be back. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, all of those have now been glued together, and I'm trying to get that in focus. That has left us with a spine of 1/2 inch. Okay, it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's really hard to keep things in line, but it does give you a really good variety now of different pages. So I've got music pages, bird pages, coffee dyed paper. I've got the music paper. We've got that envelope in there, so that's now got a nice little pocket which I'll decorate around here to put a tag in. And yeah, we go through there, another tuck spot in here, and so on. So all of those have come together to create a really, really nice book. Now on the inside cover, what I've done is I have just gone around this with some distress ink. So I've used Vintage Photo Distress ink, because what I'm going to be able to do on this is take some of these pictures or these images and have them as my front cover. So I might put that in there like that, glue 3 sides down, and make that into a tuck spot. Okay, but that's something I'm going to do at my leisure. So the next thing we need to then do is stick this in. Now this is a 1/2 inch spine, and the spine that is on here already, can you see there's a natural fold in the book here, is only 1/4 inch. Okay, but that doesn't really matter, because what I've done is I've squashed the book here down the centre of the spine. You can obviously score it, but it's given me that kind of natural place to put the book in, and I've gone and I've kind of like pushed that in, so hoping that when I glue this in it should be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to think about where that ink goes, sorry, where that glue goes. So I'm going to glue the spine on my 1/4 of an inch here, so I'm going to put lots of glue down there, and really do make sure there's lots of glue on here, because it doesn't matter if it over squishes out the side. I'm then going to glue the actual pages where they've all come together. Lots and lots of glue on there, and then again on the front part here. Okay, so I'm going to lay that down on the back first and bring the front cover over, and then really make sure that that is squashed into that spine. Okay, then I'm just going to hold that down. Now what I'm actually going to do on here is I'm going to get some bulldog clips that I've got. Right, and I'm just going to pop them on to hold that in place. And that will then dry overnight. Okay, so I'm going to give that a really, really long time. I don't know if one of these will fit or not. I've only got 2 big ones. That's fine. I don't know if that will fit either. Yeah, I've only got these 2 big ones. I'm going to move that up a little bit. But yeah, so give that a real good push in. Let that glue take hold. I'm going to leave that, like I said, overnight, and that will just naturally take its place. I'm just going to double check as I open this up now. Yeah, you might just have to come in there like that. That's looking good. And then on the back cover it's going to do the same, so just to make sure that's naturally glued on there. Brilliant. So pop them back on there, and as you can see, I'm not going to be able to take these off to show you exactly what it looks like, but it's a really, really, really simple way to make a no-sew journal. So once this has glued, obviously you'll have that as it's a front cover, but then inside you'll have all these different variety of papers, and it's just as simple as making that spine and gluing it together. So I hope that's been really helpful for you today if you don't want to sew your journals. And yeah, there we go. Nice, easy way for a no-sew journal. Just to let you all know as well, I have created a Facebook account as well. It's still Vintage Lace Journal 75. At the moment I've just got a little welcome note, but what I'm going to start doing as well is posting things on my Facebook account, because I'm aware that not everyone has Instagram, and sometimes I do little short videos on Instagram that don't get seen on my YouTube channel. So for example, the other day I just stamped and inked some paper up just to make these little dangles, so that's on my Instagram account, and they were really quite simple to make just by using some distress inks and some stamps. But obviously I was just quite aware that people don't follow me on Instagram, they might have a Facebook account, so go and pop yourself on my Facebook account if you want to, and hopefully I'll be able to upload some more videos shortly. Take care everybody, and I'll see you all soon. Bye. So I thought I'd just give you a quick update. It's obviously the day after I've done this project, and as you can see I've taken the clips off, and that is really, really well and truly stuck inside there, and it's got a lovely spine, quite focusing in there. Okay, so obviously you can see all the pages are stuck in beautifully, even the centre ones, and it's got a lovely mixture of those craft papers, music papers, the book pages, coffee dyed paper, envelopes. So it makes a really, really nice journal. These envelopes are really good now for having little tuck spots as pockets, and back cover. So yeah, it's worked out really well. So if you are new to journaling and you don't want to sew, have a go at this no sew junk journal. Super easy. Thanks for watching. Bye.